Unhealthy job.
Michael's magnificent apartment is being built by a Dubai-based subcontractor called UNEC, United Engineering Construction. He can move in when it's finished in June. We can't get on site to interview the workers, but we're going to wait until they knock off, follow them back to their labour camp and see what conditions are like on this, which is one of the most high-profile projects in the whole of Dubai. We tracked the diamond men back to their accommodation, hidden away behind the main development and other construction worker camps. First impressions, you know, are no street lights. I think you can smell sewage. Just sheets of corrugated iron protecting rows of huts. It looks like a shanty town. So this is the unit camp where the guys actually live. Gonna go in and see if we can actually talk to them. So how many? There's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 people in this room? 9 people. Where does number 9 sleep? Number 9 sleeps on the floor. But before we could interview the UNEC workers and verify who worked on the diamond, the camp boss turned up.
Speak English?
Yeah, what do you?
Huh?
What do you?
We want to see whether people are happy. It's okay?
Not okay.
So do you want us to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure? No trouble. Okay, well we shall leave now.
Okay.
All right. Off.
None of the UNEC men in this room spoke to us about the company, and after this, none of them spoke to us again, which perhaps wasn't surprising. Migrant workers' rights in Dubai are minimal. Trade unions and collective bargaining with employers is illegal, and strikers can be deported. But eventually, after guarantees of anonymity, we interviewed other UNEC workers from other rooms in the desert outside their labour camp. The UNEC men in this group, 4 of whom worked on the diamond, were far from happy. No one has been paid the money they were promised?
No. No.
No.
No.
The workers told us it was the recruitment agents in their home countries who made promises about wages. These agents are not directly employed by UNEC or the first group. Whether the UNEC men worked on the diamond or not, they were all in the same boat.
After coming to Dubai, I realised that what the agents said about 25, 20, 18,000 taka was all lies.
If discovering wages are not what the agent told them isn't bad enough, the recruitment agent also charges a worker around £2,000 just for the privilege of coming here. Often called a visa or transit fee, it's supposed to be illegal in Dubai. The diamond men all said they paid it. How many of you had to pay money for visa fees and transport to get this job, to come here?
180,000. 200,000. 235,000.
UNEC says its workers are fully aware of their proposed terms of employment before travelling to Dubai, that it wholly disapproves of workers paying recruitment agents. It said it only recruited through one agency in India, but the workers we spoke to came from elsewhere. Paying recruitment agents large fees and then not receiving promised wages was a complaint we heard time and time again in labour camps run by different companies throughout the region. Nick McGeehan has heard it all before.
So a worker within hours of arriving in Dubai, a debt which he thought he could pay off within a year, 6 months, 18 months, the time required to pay off that debt would effectively be doubled.
Dubai-bound workers, convinced they are securing a better future for their families, often raise this money by taking out loans or selling family land. They told us low salaries mean that after 2 or 3 years of hard work, the men might just break even. And that's without sending any money home to their families. You took out loans, you sold family land, your sisters were relying on you. How do you feel personally now you know what the reality is of working in Dubai?
At this moment, I cannot provide education for my brothers and sisters. If I do, I cannot pay my debt. My parents are still hoping that I would send money to them. They could furnish their home and buy some piece of land. They hope with my money they will be able to go shopping. But I would not be able to fulfill my parents' dream.
The diamond workers we spoke to said they were earning around £120 a month for working 12-hour shifts, 6 days a week, with overtime payments of about 30 pence an hour on top. UNIC told Panorama its minimum basic salary and overtime rate was significantly higher, and that employees only work 12 hours a day in exceptional circumstances. The diamond men said their wages meant they couldn't afford to eat properly.
If I could work in my home country, I could earn more money, and also I could have better food and would be able to give money to my mum. We only have lentils, potatoes and rice.
UNIC say the men earn sufficient sums to be able to afford to eat meat and fish regularly. The diamond workers also complained about their living conditions. Their camp was a world away from the apartments they were building for people like Michael Owen.
The house where I lived in my country was not like this. Here it is not a worthy place to sleep.
UNIC say all workers are provided with a bed and there's no reason for more than 8 men to share rooms. That its camps are regularly inspected by local authorities and are award-winning. The first group said it visited the camp recently and was satisfied with UNIC's assurances.
I hope you've enjoyed your flight with me today and with my teammates at the first group. Trust me, you're in good hands.
We put the workers' complaints to the celebrities. Only Sam Torrance had any direct comment to make. He is pleased to be involved with the first group and took the workers' allegations very seriously. There is no evidence that any of the celebrities had knowledge of the workers' pay and conditions. The first group said its own checks confirmed that the pay and conditions of UNIC's workers were legal. Though there were other complaints it was unable to comment on because of a lack of knowledge. With all the criticism of poor migrant workers' rights in Dubai, one development should stand above it all. The Jumeirah Gulf Estates. Its website proudly boasts Jamie Oliver as an ambassador, and his image adorns the estate's sales office. Golfers Greg Norman, Vijay Singh and Sergio Garcia join Jamie as ambassadors. The millionaire super chef has agreed to design some kitchens here and will eventually open 3 restaurants, one of which should be open when the stars of golf congregate here in November for the sport's richest tournament, the $20 million race to Dubai. We followed buses selected completely at random carrying Jumeirah Gulf Estates workers back to their labour camps. What we found out about workers' lives echoed what we had heard before, but one case stood out above all others. So we're following a coach which has just left the Jumeirah Gulf Estates full of workers from a company called Arab Tech, one of the biggest construction firms in Dubai. So we're going to follow them home, see how they're living. Before Jamie did his Dubai deal, he did have concerns about the way migrant workers were treated. The company behind Jumeirah Gulf Estates is called Leisure Corp, which also boasts the chef as a partner. It's owned by the Dubai government, and Jamie was given all the reassurances he asked for. The company has sold some of its land to sub-developers. All have been vetted and approved and work to strict guidelines, so Leisure Corp can confidently tell the world the estates are setting new standards. The Arab Tech men on this bus all work on one of these sub-developments. It's called Sanctuary Falls, and while it's not a project that Jamie is directly involved in, it's still part of the Jumeirah Gulf Estates, which he is an ambassador for. It took an hour for the workers to travel back to their camp. Some wanted to speak out, but didn't dare reveal their identities. Once again they complained they were in debt and not being paid the money they were promised by their recruiting agent. Arab Tech says it abhors such practices. What's it like living inside this labour camp?
We suffer a great deal. Dirty. The latrines are so filthy we cannot use them. We are so disgusted. The roads are full of garbage and waterlogged. Living and moving about here is a great problem.
We wondered what Jamie Oliver would make of this, so I grabbed